Hello and welcome to the KD Ratio podcast, your place for all things nerd. Tonight I'm joined by
Dylan.
and we have Kyle who's joining us in just a minute. Let's just jump right into it. We've got a whole tier list that we want to jump into.
Really fun one. So this isn't the 2000s onward one, is it?
No,
'Cause it's got Batman in it.
no, this is every superhero movie or TV series too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have quite the list. We've gone through and we've made WTF is we've never seen it because I'm not gonna lie, there's some on here I can already see that I've never seen. So
There's some that I've seen, but it's been decades probably since I saw it, and I have no comment whatsoever. It made no
we can
impression
fairly
upon me.
judge them based on when we saw them about 20 years ago, right?
Let's just put it that this column is this row is going to be thick.
Thick with three
Thick.
C's.
That's right, baby.
So, first off, we got Batman, the old 70s show. I've watched a few episodes, and I do think for its time, it was good.
Who was in it?
Adam West.
Okay.
You don't know who Adam
I
West?
know who Adam
okay.
West is, but I know I wouldn't have known that when you say original Batman TV series. Nah.
You know the yeah,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
comes from.
Okay, so that's all from the original
Yeah.
Batman TV series.
Yep.
I always thought it was a film. Didn't know
Nope.
it was a series. How many?
TV.
Do you know how many episodes they made?
I do not. I do know it was pretty popular and it went on for a few seasons, I want to say. I would say. Now, how are we going to rate this? Are we going off of like historical
No.
significance or like just how
No.
good it was?
Our impression?
Our impression.
Why the fuck would we try to make the assumption of what the general public would probably put this there?
Yeah, that's what. So I would say general impression because it's silly, right? It's a silly Batman. I would have to just go with like a C. Myself, just because it's good. It's not what I like about Batman, but you can't ignore like how impactful it was to Batman. Like that's his theme song still. In some aspect.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, well, that song has like transcended generations.
Yeah.
And so like it's had a lasting cultural impact, but never saw it, never cared to see it,
Never cared to see it.
have no interest in ever seeing it. We're going this way, okay? All right, how we doing, Kyle? There we go. Get in there deep. There we go.
We were just talking about Batman from 1970s, late 60s. Did you ever watch that?
I sure did.
What'd you think? Better than a C?
It's a comedy. I mean, it literally was designed and written as
Yeah.
a comedy. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. So if you approach it like that, I mean, I would put that as high as a B, but I also think C could be fair. But when the creators made that, they made it with the intention to be funny. They weren't trying to, be serious about it.
Well, there
Gee
you go.
Willikers, Batman. And holy cow. Or there's a bunch of stuff he'd say.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
That's
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bat repellent. Psst.
The funniest part was so there was a bomb that Batman is trying to get rid of before it explodes, and he's running around and he's like, oh, I can't throw it there, there's like a bus of school children. And then he runs over and he goes to the lake and he looks down and there's like a family of ducks, and he's like, oh, I can't throw it there. And so he's just running everywhere trying to figure out where he wants to throw the bomb. It's that kind of shit that so like if you like are a Batman fan, especially of like how Batman has been portrayed recently, you obviously would
Yeah.
be like, what the hell?
That's completely different Batman.
Yeah.
Moving on to Superman. I have not seen any of the Christopher Reeve Supermans.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Those are good,
I-
man.
Well, to preface it, I, for the longest time, hated Superman. I just thought he was the stupidest character.
I still don't love him, but I think if he's treated correctly, he could be good.
And I agree now because I've seen some content in like some movies where they actually use him as like, in a good way. But I just growing up I didn't like him, and so I didn't watch those movies because it's like he's stupid.
Christopher Reeve.
So what do you think?
Well, for me, no.
They're
For-
hugely impactful.
So the thing is, they're hugely impactful, and there'd be no. Well, that's not entirely true, but there'd be superhero movies in general have a lot to thank for these films. This was like the first mainstream like film, superhero film that was accepted by. It was no longer just like campy and like. It was like, okay, so like
This is a mass
superhero
audience.
movies can actually be good movies. That's
So we were talking. We're doing this not off of like historical, just on how good it was.
okay. Well, if you compare it to movies now,
I know.
obviously it doesn't stack up. So if we're doing that, then I mean, it'd be like C or D.
Well, it's just
but
yeah, it's just our general like. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Where is
but
it
that's
on
like
this
you know
list?
that's like comparing like the effects of Star Trek in the '60s to Star Trek now. You know, it's like that's never going to be a fair comparison. So I think you kind of have to look at it a
Well,
little
here-
bit from the lens of when it was released.
Here's the question then, Kyle: Superman or Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Tobey Maguire? Which do you like more?
Definitely Spider-Man.
Okay,
1 and
so
2, but
it should at
that's-
least be below that
Yeah.
in my mind. Like-
Okay, so if we're not looking at the cultural significance, then like for me that movie is like a D or C. But like I have to acknowledge the cultural
Well,
significance.
yeah,
of
that's
Superman,
it's your
so
impression. If you
Yeah.
look back at it and you think of it in that context,
I think
then
out of
that's fine.
respect it should be at least a B, at least for the first one.
Okay,
Then they kind of got progressively worse as it went on, those movies.
we have a shitload to get through.
So we can't
let's-
even debate. We gotta just move. This
we
is-
gotta move. Superman 2.
Never seen oh wait. I have actually seen that one. D.
Dylan?
I've never Superman. I haven't seen any of them.
Oh.
Any of these old ones, Christopher Reeves.
I don't even know what this one is.
That's 3 or 4.
Never seen the third one.
Okay.
Howard the Duck. Now,
Terrible. I don't care what
It's-
anyone says.
I would say a D. I would at
Terrible.
least put it at a D.
Terrible.
Because it's like, it's one of those so good it's bad. Because he has a romantic relationship with Marty's mom. Like, and he's a duck. There's duck boobies in that movie. There's
Yeah.
boobs.
Whoa.
They show duck boobs.
And Howard is always showing up in Guardians of the Galaxy for some
Yeah.
reason.
I would say at least a D. I would recommend watching it just for laughs because it is kind of funny.
All right, never seen that one. What is
Same.
that? Superman? Which one is it?
That's
I
4,
have no
maybe.
idea.
Never seen that one.
Batman.
Goat.
Batman, you're gonna put up at GOAT?
Yep. This is hands down the movie that changed Batman forever and turned him into everything. Like there would be no 90s animated Batman. There would be no Dark Knight. There'd be nothing without this interpretation. Up until this movie released, majority of America thought of this guy. They thought that's what Batman was. And so it has to be GOAT for me.
Who's Batman?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Killed it.
And Jack Nicholson as Joker. Joker's had so many great performances that it's kind of overshadowed Jack Nicholson, but Jack Nicholson really knocked it out of the park as Joker too. So
Then we have Batman Returns. This is Val Kilmer.
no, this is still Michael
I was
Keaton.
Still
just
Michael
so
Keaton.
This one dropped off really hard for me. I hate Batman Returns. That's
Wow.
blasphemous to say, but I didn't like their take on the Penguin too much. Danny DeVito
Or
was
their take on Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn wasn't in it, but Catwoman.
Who's that lady? Oh, is that
Catwoman.
Catwoman?
Catwoman. She was good. I like Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. But the movie itself, I just didn't think it was that great. That being said, I would still put it like a C.
Deal.
Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh,
That might be a GOAT.
that's a goat too, man.
I
a
love
goat
me
too.
some animated Batman or Batman the Animated Series. I grew up watching that. I have like the disc collector's edition of it. So, perfect.
Goat.
Fantastic
Goat
Four.
is good.
Never seen that Fantastic Four.
That's the 90s one. They only made that movie so they can keep the rights to the characters, and it's terrible. I've only seen clips, though, online. I've never watched the movie beginning to end, but it's bad. It's real bad.
Damn.
Batman Forever.
This is
This
not
is Val
Batman or
Kilmer.
Robin. This is Val Kilmer. This is like a D for me. This one
Who
is
plays Riddler?
Jim
I was
Carrey.
Jim
gonna say,
Carrey.
wasn't that Jim
Yeah.
Carrey? Yeah. This is a D for you.
Yeah, it's not good.
Now I know you guys are
Poison
gonna be
Ivy
against
did
me.
something
And
So
Batman
That's
and
in
Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Oh,
this
is
next
it?
one
Yeah.
here.
Who's that chick?
That's Nicole Kidman. Vicky Vale, maybe.
Oh,
I forget.
And it has not Robert De Niro, but
I was like, he's in Batman.
what's his name? Man in Black.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who
Yeah.
he didn't know, like he thought he was playing Joker again or something. Like he played Two-Face, and it's not his fault per se, but like he played Two-Face so bad. Like Two-Face is not supposed to be Joker 2.0, where he's just laughing and joking. Like Two-Face is like a deeply disturbed, like multiple personality disorder guy.
Who's the director?
Joel Schumacher.
So he didn't call his bluff on any of that. He didn't say.
Joel
hey,
Schumacher doesn't know anything about Batman.
Yeah.
He
the
just
fuck?
they were bringing when Batman Forever came out and Batman
And Robin.
and Robin, when those ones came out, they were trying to reinvigorate the 1960s Batman feel again.
Mm-hmm.
After
Mm.
all that work
Not
that they did with Michael Keaton's Batmans, they brought it back to that campy silliness.
Can't be silliness.
What
And
about
that's-
Batman and Robin then?
It always holds a special place in my heart for me because I grew up and I love that movie, even though I know it's bad.
It holds a
But-
place in my heart of the part that hates things and
Oh my
loathes.
god! Like Arnold saying,
Ice to meet you.
"Our George,
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. It's like, dude, every 5 minutes you got to do a fucking ice pun.
it's perfect. It works so in my mind. It works so good.
I
And then
actually love this movie too.
I
Poison Ivy unlocked something in me as a
Uma
child.
Thurman?
Uma
Oh my
Thurman?
god.
Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl.
Dude, no. She was so bad.
I don't.
They were
I
all
don't even
bad.
remember her. I just remember
The-
Poison Ivy.
Let
and
me
this.
ask you though, the
He
one
whips out the Bat credit card to pay for a night with Poison Ivy.
Bat nipples.
The Bat nipples.
Let me ask you though, Kyle. What do you think of the Alfred scenes though? I have heard that those are like the only redeeming thing.
Those were touching. Those were good. And they were acted well.
Who
but
played Alfred?
I forget his name. Old white guy.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Number
say,
4.
I thought he actually, from what I remember, he did a good job.
He did really good. And then personally, no, I wouldn't even say A.
I'm
Oh,
putting it
Jesus.
in.
I'm gonna say a C.
I'm putting it in.
I'll
A.
accept a C. But
So does that go?
but then
what
that
is
says that I like it as much as Batman Returns. And so now, like,
Okay,
you hated Batman Returns though.
no, I said it dropped off a lot from GOAT status, but I don't think it's as bad as Batman.
what
and
if we
Robin.
put it in D?
Into B. I like what you're thinking.
D, but we move Batman Forever down to terrible.
Okay,
Because I think it's better than that one.
I
yeah.
will accept that.
And personally, I like George Clooney as Bruce Wayne. I thought he did a good, like, suave.
He's a good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
His Batman was just Bruce Wayne again.
Yeah, just Bruce Wayne as Batman.
yeah.
Blade.
No,
Spawn.
Spawn.
I never saw Spawn.
I've seen it like once or twice.
I like what's his name? Michael J. White. Is that his name?
Yeah.
I like that guy, but
Michael
I've just-
Jai White.
Is
Oh
that-
shit!
is
Yeah.
Michael Jai
yeah,
White?
Yeah.
I like that guy, but I've never seen Spawn.
It was very 90s.
I've never
Edgy.
seen it either.
We can put it there.
Sure.
Blade,
Blade.
was good. The first one was good. It was another one where it got worse and worse as it went along. I would put this at like a B.
I'd agree.
Boom.
I can't wait to see what Marvel does with Blade now that
I
they're
know.
rebooting it, but who knows when that'll happen now. It's all over the place.
I think they have to really be careful. Yeah. Let's not go into that
Yeah.
discussion quite yet. X-Men.
The original.
The movie that kicked off Marvel. A lot of people say it was Tobey Maguire, but this actually came out before Spider-Man. This came out in 2000, almost a whole year before Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. So you got to give respect to this movie saving Marvel's integrity because they were collapsing in the
Yeah.
90s. They were failing miserably to DC. And then this movie came out and it reinvigorated people's like love for Marvel.
I'll leave that one to you guys because I haven't seen it in so long.
I watched it like 6 months ago.
Oh, wow.
And I would say,
Just with the original Wolverine and everything.
yeah, this is the first Hugh Jackman appearance.
It comes out of the pool.
No, that's
No.
X-Men Origins. That's like 9 years
Oh,
later
yeah, yeah,
after
yeah.
this. But that's like, that movie wasn't great, but that scene was fucking great when he
Insane.
comes out of the tank. I would give this a B as well. Yeah. This is like a C for me, Blade 2.
Is that the one with Ryan Reynolds?
No,
Or
he's
that's Blade 3.
Blade 3. Yeah.
He plays Deadpool.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah, Spider-Man,
This is the goat.
Goat. I watched it recently too, and it's still good.
It holds
Which
up, man.
Spider-Man
holds
is
up.
this one?
That's the first
one.
Tobey Maguire one.
Like when I
Great
watched
power.
it, it brought me back so much to like when I was a kid watching it, and they had those little cans you could put with the Spider-Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a good movie. Actually,
I still,
even though I don't like
I still
Spider-Man.
tear up with Uncle Ben's. That Uncle Ben specifically, forget the actor's name. No one has delivered that line better than him.
well, they just didn't let them
with great
after that.
power. The only, I mean,
because Martin Sheen didn't say
Martin Sheen didn't say it. He said like,
When
not
he had the
obligation,
ability- yeah.
responsibility. Like it wasn't as good. And then what's her name? Aunt May delivered it in No Way Home, but like it wasn't on his level.
No.
bro.
True.
The way he delivered it was like that man, like that line, just
Was
that
built
line
for
was
that man.
Oscar worthy.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
The original Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
I got to admit, it's a guilty pleasure for me.
Really?
I fucking hate this movie.
I loved this movie when I was a kid. It's actually what got me into Daredevil, which is funny because it's a terrible representation of
It's so
Daredevil.
bad.
But I loved this movie. Same as you. I'm gonna be fair, and
Say
I would
D.
say D because I recognize why it's not great. But I mean, I was a kid when that came out.
Yeah.
I loved it. You know.
X2.
I didn't like this one too much out of all the original X-Men. This one, I felt it was like this is the one that really dove into the Weapon X project, and it did like huge like Wolverine's origin a little bit. But they didn't do like a really good job, and they pretty much retconned it all when X-Men Origins came out and changed it all.
Just where they introduced Deadpool.
No, that was
With
X-Men
Stryker?
Origins again.
Oh,
You keep going back
Yeah.
to that one.
That's the
Um,
only one that exists in Billy's mind.
I liked that one a lot.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
I would say that this is probably, which people love X2, but I would say this is probably, if the first one's a B, then that's a C for me.
Boom.
The Hulk, Ang Lee. I hated it.
It's way too fucking
It was-
artsy for me.
Yeah, I did not
Yeah.
like it. I'm gonna say terrible.
I would say either D or terrible, but
Yeah, D or terrible.
Which one's this one?
Ang Lee.
Eric Bana plays Hulk. This is the one where he
What
fights his
year?
dad. 2003. This is the one where he fights his dad
And the dogs.
and the Hulk dogs, and then his dad's powers. He's Absorption Man, Nick Nolte, and he like absorbs Hulk's power, and he's like, "You want it? Take it all!"
Yeah.
And then he's like, "No, take it back."
Yeah, I think there's a scene. There's a scene in this one, right, where they like stop him by expanding foam or something like that.
yeah, for a little bit, and
Yeah.
then he
He
breaks
gets
out of that.
angrier.
This Hulk, like, he gets just a little pissed off, and he gets fucking massive
Superpowers.
though. Like,
Yeah.
I did like that. Like, I just
Yeah.
liked how OP this
Yeah.
Hulk was, taking on like all of the U.S. military.
I
and-
saw this movie at a drive-in when I was a kid.
I know, I was
actually.
with you.
Oh, were you with
I
me?
remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's the only time I think I've ever seen it. But
And it
that's
was
all I-
the lighting was so dark you
Yeah,
couldn't see anything.
hard.
I remember as a kid, like I couldn't even see what was happening.
But I feel like I walked away thinking that was pretty fun to watch. But
So
where'd
either-
you guys put it?
I said D, he said
D or
terrible, but if
terrible.
you said it's pretty fun, we'll put D.
I like it.
Now, Hellboy, I almost want to put in what the fuck because I don't count that as a superhero movie.
Bro,
That's not a
Hell-
comic,
I guess.
but it's so good.
But it is
Hellboy
good.
is GOAT for me.
I would say A at
I
least.
fucking love Hellboy.
The first one.
What's
I'd
that
say
guy? What's
GOAT.
his name? That I'm
Ron
blanking on.
Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Yes,
It's
dude.
Guillermo del Toro. He makes nothing
So
but goats.
good. Hellboy is so good.
That's good. I mean, he's in the comics. He's an anti-hero. He's not
Yeah.
necessarily a superhero. But
I also felt like with that movie specifically, they did a really good job of world building because
Mhm.
you feel like it's a world of monsters.
I made my
and
Dark Urge
it's
character
awesome.
look just like Hellboy in Baldur's Gate.
Hell yeah.
I even have like the shaved horns and everything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I named my character I think like Garrick or something like that, like something lore friendly, like
Garrus.
Garrus Vicarian. I don't know if you.
I named my first character Artorias.
Punisher. Is that
Uh,
with John Travolta?
Yeah, he was the bad guy in the first Punisher. I was indifferent about Thomas Jane's portrayal as Punisher. This movie, I think, was it was like they were trying a little too hard to be edgy, you know, and like they were trying to accomplish what like John Bernthal accomplished, but like they did it in a way that was like, okay, edgelord, calm down kind of way, you know. So for me, that's like a D.
I'll agree. Spider-Man 2, that's a GOAT.
That's better than the first one.
Yeah.
That's a goat. Don't worry, I will be impartial once we get to 3.
But that one,
That one's an A+. It's not a goat.
Spider-Man 2 is hands down the best example of a hero.
What's the
Doc
what is
Ock.
Spider-Man
Doc
2?
Ock.
Oh, okay, yeah, thank you.
So they
train.
did the Spider-Man No More storyline. There's so many moments in that movie that just like really like lets you realize, for one, you know, he's a college kid, like early 20s, late teens in this movie. And they do a really good job of really just kind of exemplifying why Peter Parker is such a relatable hero, because he's a normal dude going through normal problems who happens to have superpowers.
Mhm.
And he's like, I didn't ask for this, but like he has girl problems, he has life problems, his family problems, he's broke. But what that scene when they're carrying him across on the train, and then they all look at him and they're like, oh my God, like he's
just
no
a
older.
kid.
He's just a kid. He's no older than my son. You know, like it's such a good moment. It's like Jesus, you know, coming across the way they lower him.
Jesus.
It's so good. I get it. I'm biased because he's my favorite hero, but that's my favorite.
I will fight with Kyle on that.
That is
That is better. Than the first
arguably
one.
my favorite Spider-Man movie.
You think it is better? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, well, I do like Willem Dafoe, but you have Doc Ock just kills it.
he does? Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina.
He's perfect, actually. Let's go to another goat.
Catwoman.
God,
terrible.
it's terrible. It's so
Terrible.
bad.
It's pretty
So
bad.
bad.
The Incredibles.
But it did unlock.
It
again,
unlocked something.
in my.
the
For Halle
leather,
Berry?
huh? You just like Catwoman.
Mm-hmm. I'm into it.
I'm into it.
Meow.
Incredibles is a goat
It's a
movie
goat.
for me. That is such a good. That's my favorite Pixar film. Is Incredibles.
2 goats. You agree?
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's A, but
I think it
is a great.
Pixar has a great repertoire. Don't get me wrong, but I think Incredibles is like their magnum opus. For me, it's so good.
Toy Story.
Toy Story's up there.
Blade. Which
Blade
one
This
is
is
this?
the
Three.
third one. This one sucks.
This one has Ryan Reynolds
so
playing
bad.
Deadpool.
This is terrible.
It does?
No, but he acts exactly like
Because he's
Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And he acts the same in every movie he's ever been in.
Yeah.
Electra, terrible.
This is your
Carmen Electra.
what did you say?
This is your person that is not conventionally attractive. But
Jennifer Garner.
you're like that you're still attracted to. Look at the way she's dressed.
Look.
Yeah, a film fucking 30 years ago, bro.
30 years.
What do we think about Electra? I haven't seen this
terrible.
movie in years.
It's a terrible
It's
one.
so bad. Sin City's an A for me.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good. You gotta. That's my
That's it.
argument.
Batman Begins. First Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan.
I want to say GOAT, but I think this one
I think
is
it
an
might
A
go
for me. Was an A for me. I think it world builds better than any other superhero movie I think that's ever been made. But as far as the term, like in terms of like what actually happens in the movie and stuff, I think this is probably an A for me instead of GOAT.
Wow.
He's like, you've
What do
never
you think?
been more
That's
wrong. is what he-
100% goat to me. It might
Wow.
even be one of the best.
I think definitely
its second movie is.
Think about
Dark
the
Knight
Dark Knight.
is the
you
GOAT.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I put that on. What's the Ra's al Ghul? What's his name?
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson,
Yeah, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al
Yeah.
Ghul,
Yeah.
or Raish, depending on.
I wasn't really
Rachel.
like drawn into him being this like big bad. Like I also, but that's the comic book. Like that. Maybe the book, maybe the movie didn't do a good job of setting him
doesn't.
up. But it's like he's this badass master, and it's like, oh, at the end of your training, now you learn our true purpose.
Well-
We're gonna kill Gotham City. It's like,
That's the only reason that's
Huh?
holding me back from putting it at GOAT.
It's the writing on because Rage is really good when written well.
Yeah.
Like I've read tons of Batman stories where he's-
Rage. Who the fuck is Rage?
Raj
Raz, Ray,
oh,
and
Ray-
in the in most of like the literature and like the animated films, they say Raish. They don't say
Okay.
Raz. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the reason why I wouldn't put it at GOAT. But I do acknowledge that I don't think there's ever been a superhero movie better at world building than this one. This one, it left no doubt to how he became Batman, why
Mhm.
he's good at what he does. Like, wasn't just some
You
rich
bought
guy
in.
that trained himself. Like, you bought that he became Batman. Like,
Yeah.
he was in the League of Assassins. He like trained. He fought
He was
like from the time
punished.
he was a kid. Like, it was not like he just was rich and decided to train himself.
Yeah.
Like
He had
like,
private lessons.
Yeah, it was legit. You know, I like the idea that he became Batman
The
from the League of
music.
Assassins.
the music in this film.
Hans Zimmer, man.
Oh, fuck.
So yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
the way it ends too is, I think, one of the best cliffhangers to a superhero movie possibly ever. Because it's simple, but it gets you excited. It's not. This was before,
going.
Infinity War. Like
Yeah, of course.
this
yeah.
was like movies just weren't on that level.
They
back
were
then.
grounded.
They were grounded still. And I love the way when Jim Gordon is talking about, and he's like, "Well, escalation." He's like, "What do you mean by escalation?" He's like, "We start carrying automatics. They start carrying Kevlar. We start carrying armor-piercing rounds. They start," and he's talking about it. And then he's like, "And take you for example. You start wearing a mask, and all of a sudden, everybody in town is wearing has a theme." And then he like says, "This guy calls himself the Joker," and he's like, "I'll look into it." And you know that like they have no idea what they're getting into. At this point, they think he's just some guy, And then the events of Dark Knight happens, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Holy shit!" Like, it's such a good like tease for the
That's
Joker.
true. I actually forgot about that scene.
And Gary
That is good.
Oldman,
Oh, dude, he was born to play Jim Gordon.
so good.
There hasn't been a Jim that is even close to that level for me. The only other one that like they took that was like okay was the new one. Forget his name.
Yeah.
The guy that was in Robert Pattinson's Batman. But he sort of seemed like he wouldn't have been able to do anything without Batman. That's the part I didn't like. It was kind of like Batman did everything and he was just kind of there to go, "Oh my God." But what I like about Jim Gordon in the Dark Knight, the Christopher Nolan ones, is he was every bit as capable as Batman. He just did it differently. But that's why like they were like the big three in the Dark Knight. It was like Batman, Jim Gordon, and Harvey Dent. And I love that speech when he's talking to Harvey Dent and he's like, "Why did he choose me?" And he's like, "Because you were the best of us. He wanted to make an example out of you because you were better than me and Jim."
Yeah.
Like I like that Batman sees them as peers and not just like a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, or how like all superhero films look at the police just as completely incompetent.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like Jim actually like
Helps him.
especially in The Dark Knight Rises when he's fucking flying the
He's like, "What the fuck am I
Yeah.
doing?" He figures it out.
like
though.
he does stuff like Batman trusts Jim like implicitly, and I think Jim and Alfred are like the only two people he trusts with his life.
Oh, and Michael Caine is Alfred.
So good.
So good.
All right, we're
So
we're
good.
we're digressing again.
Yeah.
We got another
Fantastic
goat here.
Four.
Another goat here. I liked this movie as a kid, but it's such a bad representation of Fantastic
Would
Four.
you say D with Batman and Robin? maybe?
Yeah, I'd say D.
B for Vendetta.
It's good. I don't even consider that a superhero movie though.
Well, look at this
Yeah.
one, 300. I don't know.
It
how
was
that's
a graphic.
fucking-
I mean, it's a what's that guy's name? Alan Moore. It's an Alan Moore comic, V for Vendetta.
Like Sin City, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh well, that was Frank Miller.
Oh.
Yeah. Frank Miller also did 300. How do we rate that as a superhero film? I liked it. I would, but like, I mean, as a superhero film, like a C, I guess.
Yeah. I'll
Boom.
agree. X-Men 3? Is that 3?
So I am in the minority. People kind of hate on this one a little bit, but I actually like this more than X2. I put this back up at a B.
Which one is this one? Is this where
This is
Jean
the one
Grey
where
destroys
Jean
the
Grey
house?
turns into Dark Phoenix
Oh,
and she like starts killing
Wolverine has
everybody,
to crawl up the
and
hill
Wolverine like has
That's
to
a great
kill her.
fucking movie.
Yeah.
I think that's at least an A. I like this movie a lot.
I like it a lot too.
Is that Last Stand?
Mm-hmm.
You see the full the like it's a political angle where people are trying to get vaccinated, to
Yeah,
not
this
be.
is pre-COVID, so
And
that
then-
there wasn't
yeah.
all that shit.
And then
like-
Magneto tries to stop him, but doesn't realize that they're plastic or whatever, and then gets hit with it. But then at the end, you see him playing chess, and he's
And he
able
can
to like,
move it.
move the king. Or
He
whatever.
overcame the vaccine
Yeah.
somehow.
That's how good he is. Okay.
A wooden gun.
A wooden gun.
But anyway, Superman Returns.
Eh,
Eh.
this is an for me.
Let's-
It's not terrible.
Let's burn through a
D.
few of these that we don't know.
No, I know it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's very good.
Ghost Rider. It's gotta. I like it.
I'll give it a C. Goat. for Nick Cage. It's a goat.
It's a.
Absolutely, it might even be all the way over here.
It's another example of a terrible representation of a comic book character. But
Nick Cage
I like Nick Cage, you know?
at his best.
At his best, I would say D, along with.
I could give it a C even.
I'd
but
give it a B. So
a
C.
C. 300.
I remember watching.
I love
Ghost Rider and I
300,
was
but
scared.
not as a superhero movie.
Let's put in what the fuck.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
is that in there?
That's not a superhero movie.
Spider-Man 3. Okay, Kyle, you said you were gonna be truthful here.
I am.
April
I'm going to give it a D.
Ooh.
As much as I love Spider-Man, I think that there was way too much going on in that movie. It's not really Sam Raimi's fault. They forced him to do like 5 different story arcs. So the problem is he did like 5 different story arcs, and he didn't do any of them that well. There was way too much going on,
Yeah.
and it became very melodramatic. And Toby's representation of like a black suit Spider-Man was not correct. Like I never got the sense that he was like slowly turning evil. Like he just turned into like a douche.
Chad.
Yeah, like it just wasn't on the level that Spider-Man 2 left me on.
So you would rather watch Batman Returns
Then
before-
Spider-Man 3? Yeah,
All right.
I would.
Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Worst representation of Galactus that's ever
We
existed
could
in
put
media.
terrible.
What'd you think of their representation of Silver Surfer?
I liked
was
it
cool.
actually.
I thought he was the best part
Yeah.
of that movie.
but it was the only good part of that
That's
movie.
true.
It was the only,
Terrible.
either that or D.
I forgot till this moment that they made a second Fantastic
Yeah.
Four. I legitimately forgot about that. And now I thought this was all one movie. You put it as D? I'd put it as C actually. But what's your vote?
I said terrible.
Oh shit! So it is D.
Iron Man, first one, is GOAT.
Fucking don't even have to think about it.
It's GOAT. Hulk with
The original with the
Norton.
first guy.
Christopher Norton. Wait, is that his name? Edward Norton. I like it. I would
I'd
I
put
would
it there.
agree.
Yeah.
I like it because the Abomination fight. I still
It's
love
so
that
good.
fight.
That's
It's so
good. I
cool.
love the build
Like we
up.
don't get much of that Hulk
Chokes him
anymore.
out with a chain.
I miss Hulk smash.
I hope
Yeah.
we get more now that he's out of Universal.
Hulk smash. I love that. And he creates a crater in the ground that Abomination slips into. And then they did some weird shit
Does he
with
do
him and
this?
She-Hulk.
Puts
I
out-
know.
yeah.
Hellboy
Creates,
2.
sound waves with his...
This one dropped off pretty hard for me. Was not a fan of Hellboy 2.
Was this all about his love story?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
elves.
It was like a C for me. Goat.
Batman, GOAT.
Go.
We
Easily.
talked about it already.
Talked about it enough.
But-
Punisher Warzone is terrible. It's
I'll
so
agree.
bad.
Watchmen.
Ooh,
I
ooh.
love The Watchmen.
That might be here, huh?
That's probably his like Zack Snyder's
Magnum
best
opus, whatever it is.
magnum opus.
Magnum opus.
Magnum
not
opus.
Magnus opus.
Um,
Thanks, guys.
this is the movie that gave confidence to people that he could actually lead like a DC universe because of how well this movie was made. I know that there's some mixed things about it, but like that's a GOAT tier for me. I love Watchmen.
What are your thoughts?
I don't like the story of Watchmen personally. I just think it's kind of I don't know. So, but that's nothing against the movie.
Doom and gloom.
So I'll leave it.
It's very faithful to the comic, actually.
I like Doom and Gloom. I just don't like how they did it. I don't know.
Gotcha.
There you go, Billy. Yeah, this is your
This is-
X-Men Origins.
This is your favorite.
I like that movie a lot.
I like it too, but it's definitely the worst
Deadpool?
that's ever.
What do you mean? They summon a guy to a top of a fucking nuclear power plant,
and he's mute.
yeah, and half built. It's
They
still
make
like-
a
it's still
character-
Ryan Reynolds, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
They literally
That's so
so a
wild.
character that's famous for his banter, they mute him. Like,
And they give him laser eyes and
Yeah.
blade hands.
And they make him like pure like rage monster evil. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even make sense.
I do think that their representation of the Weapon X program was so good.
Mhm.
I love that part when he busts out of the tank and he's just like just jacked out of his mind and he's screaming. Like that is by far, as far as like Berserker Wolverine, that is like the best representation of that. Like you like when that happens, you'd think, holy shit, I would not fuck with this guy. Like
So
I would say C.
is Deadpool in the comics? Does he ultimately get like an adamantium, like they did in this
No.
film? That
don't
never
think so.
happens. Because
what do you mean?
Don't they give Deadpool adamantium right
In this movie.
in this movie?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in comics
Yeah.
at all.
And the reason that he was able to chop his head off in the movie is because the adamantium wasn't done fusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Which-
that doesn't happen in the comics.
It's so weird to me that I never even knew that was Deadpool until like years later.
yeah.
Obviously, I wouldn't have even really known who Deadpool
Because
is. But
they-
like seeing what the character is, what a weird choice.
And they call him Weapon 11. They don't call him Deadpool. There's only one time where he's just like, save him for the Deadpool.
Yeah.
But like, that's the only time they even mention it. Like, it's weird.
Why they could have just created their own character or whatever.
I would say C.
For which one is this?
You're gonna leave Origins at GOAT?
I liked it. Oh, you said C. Sorry.
I would say C.
I'd say C too.
All right, B it is.
All right, I'll give you that because you gave Spider-Man to us. So.
Iron Man 2, not that.
It was okay, but it dropped off pretty hard after the first Iron Man. I'd say. I'd say
That's a tough one.
C, I
Yeah.
think.
C.
Which one was 2? I'm trying to remember.
2's with Whiplash. My bird. I need my bird. Okay. Then it has Hammer.
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey. Rourke.
Oh God, yeah, no. He's like at a no.
Oh, there's a goat
that
movie.
was really
There's a
bad.
goat movie coming up right here.
Scott Pilgrim.
Let's go.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
So good. Megamind. That's an interesting one for this list.
I mean, Incredibles is on here.
Yeah.
So I like Megamind actually.
That was good.
Never saw it.
Never saw it. That's a C for me.
Boom.
Thor.
The first
the
Thor.
original.
The original. A
I'd probably
B?
put a B.
No.
What'd you think?
I think
I would
C.
say it's worse, like a C.
The original?
Yeah.
Oh.
The original is so boring. And
Yeah,
it's
that-
like they change his character because they realized he was boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
First Class is
Oh, that's a
fucking,
goat.
that's a goat X-Men movie.
Which
For
one's that
sure.
one?
That's the first one that introduced
James
Michael Fassbender
McAvoy.
as
Oh fuck
James
yes.
McAvoy.
That to me is the best X-Men.
it is.
I-
Without a
yes.
doubt.
Green. Oh, this is a goat right there.
Terrible.
Ryan Reynolds.
Did you? I
It's the worst
It's
superhero.
horrible.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It's so bad.
Terrible.
Yeah. Captain America, the first one.
I have a soft spot for Captain
It
America.
was good. It's not as good as the rest, like as Winter Soldier, but I still think it's a good movie.
I
think
would.
it's better than Winter Soldier.
Especially to
Everybody
introduce
loves,
Winter
you?
Soldier's way
Everybody
better.
loves Winter Soldier so much, and it's
You think it's better than Winter Soldier?
because I
That's
hate
loud.
Bucky. I just
I
do.
know you
Bucky's
do.
brainwashed like that whole movie, though.
I know that's the point.
I put it at like a B.
I'd say
think.
B
Okay.
because it was good, and for introducing people to Captain America, I think they did a good
We're
job.
making our way through this list.
We're getting there.
Spirit of Vengeance is not good.
That's gonna be a terrible. Avengers, GOAT. Nah, wait, no.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
The first one.
A.
I would say A. I would argue A.
You said go. I'm saying go.
I'm gonna
The
say
first Avengers is not amazing.
Looking back,
Goated.
it's not on the level of other.
I cannot put it
Marvel.
on the same level as Infinity War. It is
So Infinity
it is
War can
bl-
still be on goat.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. I
so we
think
need
it's on A.
goats tier 1 and 2. like
No, so you can order them within this. What is this movie missing that removes it from the goat tier? I'm gonna fight you guys on this one.
The whole idea, and they've even made fun of it themselves, that you just kill the mothership and they all die was kind of a cop out. I thought that the best part of it was probably Mark Ruffalo, because he's the only one that didn't have like a origin movie, because he stepped in fresh as the character. So I think he did a really good job. I do think that circle scene is so iconic, but it's gotten so dwarfed by like the portal scene in Endgame that it's hard to. I think maybe the fact that these other greater movies have come out has changed my perspective of this one more than it should have. If you'd asked me before
Infinity War.
Infinity War and Endgame, I probably would be GOAT, no doubt. I'm still comfortable leaving it GOAT, but that's the only reason I would say A.
Yeah. I'll agree with Kyle.
So I'm gonna leave it there.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Boom.
That one, it was.
Which one's this one?
I would say an A.
This
That's
with
Andrew
the
Garfield.
English guy. Yeah.
This one I would say B.
I'm okay with that.
I think that Andrew Garfield is the best version of Spider-Man
Mm-hmm.
that's ever been portrayed. I think his Peter Parker in the first one was a little weak though,
Well, and he's like a skater.
and he's like, I don't buy him as a nerd.
Yeah,
he
he's
just
too
seems
hot.
He just seems cool, like he doesn't seem like a guy that would ever get picked on.
Dark Knight Rises. Go.
This one people
Or no, this is the third one.
Yeah, people kind of hate on this one a little bit, but I liked it.
I'm not gonna say
Loved
go.
it.
I loved Bane. It was
If
so
anything,
good.
A or
Bane
B.
was so good. It what?
Definitely not B.
A or B.
I'd be okay giving it A, but definitely not B.
Okay. I think it's a GOAT. I thought it does get a little slow around the middle.
Mhm.
It definitely gets slow around the middle because they're setting up like this desolate. Resources are cut off. Police are trapped. You're fucked.
The main reason one of the main reasons is what they did with my boy Richard Grayson. Just totally ignore him and do some cop.
Apparently his name is Robin.
I know.
Like,
I hated that so much that it brought the whole movie down.
Iron Man 3. That's
Flame
probably
Boy.
a C for me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Superman, Man of Steel. That's gonna be an A.
That's an A
I
for
would
me.
agree.
I like Man of Steel.
Oh shit.
Henry Cavill does really good. Thor:
Dark
the Dark
World.
Okay, everyone fucking. This is always the lowest of the low. I enjoyed this movie.
I'm gonna say right in C, right next.
It's
to
on the same
other
level as the other Thor.
first
I
Thor.
agree with C.
Captain America: Winter Soldier. You're not gonna say GOAT. You're probably gonna say A, huh?
This is a go for me.
Winter Soldier.
He
it's
didn't
always
even
peop-
like-
It's, it's
He didn't even
everybody's
like it
favorite.
as much as the first Captain America.
No.
The first Captain America I thought was good. The Winter Soldier, dude. I've tried to watch it. I'm like, why does everybody simp to this?
I don't.
So good.
It's so good.
It's not.
It's like a spy thriller.
It's probably why.
'Cause
It's like
you
a
don't-
cheesy.
You like your
90s
superhero.
super.
Yeah.
You don't like, which is funny because you love the Dark Knight movies. That's grounded.
I fucking love the Dark Knight movie. Yeah, but I think that's the whole Batman appeal, though. Is that he actually isn't a superhero. There's nothing that separates him.
Yeah. You don't like your heroes grounded unless they're Batman.
Captain
Yeah.
America has the super soldier serum. Okay.
He's just a man.
Yeah, that's
He's a perfect.
that's my point. He needs to be truly super. He needs to
He
be
is.
shooting laser bolts out of
He
his.
punches really hard.
He literally jumped
Wow.
off of like a 50-foot building and landed on his
Hero
shield.
lands on it. Yeah.
He held a helicopter.
That was Civil
yeah.
War.
the fucking gunshot.
No, that was Civil War. Because Bucky was trying to escape in Civil
Yeah,
War,
it
and he
is.
was first he's holding like this, and then he goes, and then
Yeah.
he starts the Mr. Olympia flex as he's
Are you sure that's not?
100%. That's Civil War.
Because by Civil War, he's not brainwashed anymore.
He's still trying to escape, though.
I'll have to rewatch him.
It's
I-
time.
I'm gonna say this really confident, so if I'm wrong, remember this, and you can make fun of me. But I'm positive that the helicopter scene was in Civil War.
Okay. Spider-Man 2, Andrew Garfield.
See, I'm in the minority on this one. People kind of hate on this one, but this is an A for me.
It's better than the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because we put that at B.
I like it better than the first one.
Captain America Civil War. It's the helicopter
Oh.
scene.
You were right.
Yeah, I'm always
This is
right.
what? A?
This is an A for me.
I would say B.
love
I'd put it on the same.
I love that one so much. I love the web swinging, the suits, the acting is some of the best we've seen in a Spider-Man movie. When Gwen Stacy dies, like you feel it, like it's good. I do think it suffers a little bit from like trying to set up grander films,
Yeah.
so it falls off a bit there. And I don't like the extended edition that shows that somehow Peter's dad never died. I was kind of like, what? But I really like that one.
X-Men: Days of Future Past.
This is with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
The other one had Jennifer Lawrence too. First Class.
Yeah. I thought that this one was.
That's right.
This is the first one with Logan again.
Yeah. This
in it.
one is liked by the X-Men fans, but this one is probably at a C or B for me.
I'll say B.
Yeah. It's
I'll
good.
say C.
It's good, but
Guardians.
Let's go. First one.
first one's a goat.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
It's not a goat.
No, it's gonna be an A.
Or a B. You just.
You like that one that much?
You like that as a
I
goat?
love. Who's the voice of?
James Spader?
Yes, dude.
He does voice.
He does.
He has
so
a,
well.
The thing is he
Ultron's
has the
such a
ability
cool
to be
character.
so menacing.
Mhm.
And there's a few moments where you feel that menacing nature of Ultron, but like they also like every time he had a moment to do that again, they like undercut it with humor and like made him kind of a funny character.
Yeah.
And really, I would have liked Ultron the whole time to be that same Ultron that was delivering the string speech in the beginning. That's the emotion Ultron should be evoking. But like towards the end, he was kind of a joke. Like when the one Ultron is left and he's like, with the benefit of hindsight, and then he just gets blasted away. Like it's funny, but it doesn't feel like Ultron,
I liked it because Vision has his coming out party.
Yeah. I do
Um,
love that
that
dialogue with
Oh.
Vision and Ultron at the very end. And he's like, "You're unbearably naive." He goes, "Well, I was born yesterday." Like, I do like that a
Yeah.
lot.
It's so good for me. But okay,
I'll leave it at A. It's fine.
A is fine.
Ant-Man.
It's like a B for me.
B.
Yeah, at highest. Yeah, I'd agree.
Fantastic.
It was terrible.
What the
Terrible.
fuck is this?
They
Miles
tried to
Teller?
reboot Fantastic Four like in 2017, and it was bad.
It was bad.
Like a TV series?
No,
No.
movie. Miles Teller,
What?
Is Reed Richards.
Rooster, played Reed Richards
no.
from Top Gun. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
terrible.
that sounds horrible.
It was.
Who's the big guy?
He's played by
Jamie something.
yeah,
Deadpool.
That's a
first
goat.
one. Yeah.
It's got to be a goat.
It's like our first rated R movie we got, right? In the current gen of
Yeah.
Superman.
First one was
versus
probably
Batman.
Blade, actually, but
Batman v Superman. B.
B or C. I think that the extended edition definitely keeps this at a B. The theatrical edition, they always do this to Zack Snyder. They chop up his films in a way that like makes it really hard to follow. And I do think that it didn't really bother me too much, but it really became a meme, the whole Martha thing. And I get why people make fun of that. It does feel a little bit like a cop out.
The part that always held me up is the stupid spear. And there's two
Yeah.
other in that, like it's Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman fighting.
Wonder Woman could have easily thrown that
Yeah,
spear.
I
at
know.
it.
And I was like,
Why is Superman doing it? Yeah.
So we're already at an hour. So let's
Good
wrap.
move.
Let's
Civil
rapid-
War, GOAT.
Let's rapid fire these until
Civil
we
War A.
until we hit one that we want to talk about, and we'll skip
Civil
it.
War is a GOAT for me.
I'd say
Oh, let's save that one. X-Men.
Apocalypse,
A.
this is like a
Oh,
D.
I would even say terrible, but
Suicide Squad, this is
C.
C.
I agree.
Doctor
Strange
Strange
is
is an A, I
A.
think.
Lego
I've
Batman.
never seen Lego Batman.
No,
It's pretty good.
it's enjoyable.
say
I'd
an
say B, A or B.
A or
yeah.
B.
I agree.
Logan's a GOAT.
That's GOAT.
Goat.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
fucking the best ever
Wow.
as far as
okay.
Wolverine goes. It's too grounded for you.
Well, it just didn't feel like this. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like an old man movie.
That's
Guardians of
the
the Galaxy
point.
Volume 2, A, I think.
A. Although I do love Kurt Russell.
Love it.
Wonder Woman, A.
A.
This might even be goat. Captain
never-
Underpants.
What the fuck?
I
is
haven't
that? What
The
is
first
this?
Spider-Man
This is a C for me.
The first Spider-Man. Which first?
with
Yeah,
Tom Holland.
Uh-huh.
This is a C for me.
Wow. What are you
Homecoming.
saying?
Homecoming. I would say B, but I'm fine with C.
I can't even read this.
That's
Ragnarok,
Ragnarok.
is probably a B for me.
B.
Could have been so much better.
People love that one, but
I don't understand it.
this
Please
is
talk about it.
Justice League. That's
This is
terrible.
Terrible. Black Panther.
A.
A or B?
B.
Okay, B it is.
Infinity Wars, go.
Goat.
Or not even, yeah.
Deadpool 2, A.
A.
Hmm.
Not as good as the first one. It is good.
Incredibles 2,
It's not as good.
C. I think it was okay. Ant-Man
Ant-Man
and the
and
Wasp, C.
I could go with that.
Teen Titans Go, the
I
movie.
haven't
What the
seen
fuck?
That. Yeah, what the?
Put that there.
Venom.
Venom, ooh,
C or
C.
D?
It was. I didn't like. Oh, that's a goat.
That's a goat.
This is Miles.
That's a goat.
Nah. This fucking guy.
I
Huh?
know. Aquaman.
Dude, okay.
B.
Let's
B.
go. Okay,
I
all right,
liked
all right,
Aquaman.
all right. I thought you were going to fight me on that.
Captain Marvel. I think it gets more shit than
I
it
think it's
needs.
solid C.
I think C.
C's
I don't think it's a
fine.
bad movie.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Shazam, the first one.
Oh, God.
That's
Didn't
a
see
B,
it.
I
That's a
think.
B.
Didn't see it.
You would hate it because you hate little kids.
Endgame, goat.
Endgame goat.
Dark Phoenix is a D for me.
I'll agree there. Spider-Man
Actually,
Far From
I want
Home.
to come back to that one.
Far From Home. That one got better. I think it was a B for me. Joker's a goat
Yeah.
movie for sure.
I feel like that just came out.
Birds of Prey. Or Birds of.
I never
Fury?
watched it.
Birds of Prey. It was okay.
I
It's
would
gonna
say
go
it's
where
okay.
Suicide Squad went.
That's her second.
That's the second one.
Yeah. Where's her first one? Did we already do that one?
Yeah,
Oh, she
Suicide
didn't have
Squad.
a. Yeah, she didn't have a first
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
New Mutants, never
seen
watched
it.
Never
it.
saw it.
Wonder Woman 2, not good.
Not
It's
good.
like a D.
That's
Yeah.
terrible, even. Justice.
This is
oh,
Zack
one's
Snyder's.
A.
This is an A for me.
A.
Yeah,
What are you saying?
A. It has one of the best superhero scenes though.
it does.
Shield.
Agents of Shield.
The TV
never-
show,
never
I
saw
watched it.
I watched it, but I couldn't keep up. Agent
Never watched it.
Carter.
Mm.
Okay. Inhumans again, not
Never
great.
watched it.
Daredevil's goat.
Goat.
Fucking best TV show representation superhero ever.
Jessica Jones. I thought the first season was pretty good. Just because it had a creepy villain.
I can keep that at A, I think.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. Luke Cage is probably B for me.
Yeah.
Iron Fist is
D.
D. Not good.
The fuck is Iron Fist?
He's another. of
He's
that
the
group.
he's apparently the greatest martial artist in Marvel Comics.
Wow.
Until I guess Shang-Chi came around. And Shang-Chi's now the greatest martial artist, but
Defenders. That's where they all came together. It was better.
that's a
than,
B, I think.
Yeah. It was better than Iron Fist.
Yeah. Punisher's GOAT.
Oh, goat.
Fucking
Wow.
great.
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal's Punisher.
He's the best Punisher. Runaways.
Never watched
seen it.
Runaways.
Never saw the next
Never
one.
saw
either.
Cloak and Dagger.
WandaVision.
WandaVision is probably a B for me.
A. If not even goaded.
I'll
It's
agree,
definitely
A.
not goated.
Yeah, not
I
I'll
good.
give
loved
it A.
WandaVision.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
B.
I'll keep it B. Invincible's GOAT.
Goat.
God,
Did
it's
you watch
fucking
it, Billy?
good.
No.
I know you
need
can't
to.
get into animation, but you got to give that one a try.
Loki.
Don't
You
you-
watched all of Cyberpunk Edge Runners. You would be able to watch that.
I know. I have it on my list. Can I put this here?
Yeah, you can put
Yeah,
that there.
it's one of their best
It's
TV
so good.
shows.
Black Widow's like a D.
Yeah.
If that.
But I wonder how much that is to blame with the COVID.
I think so.
Harley Quinn.
The TV show.
I never
seen
watched it.
Suicide Squad.
This one's a
That was better than the other one.
this one's a B, I think.
Yeah.
Which one's this one?
That's with
This is the Suicide Squad.
John Cena,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Peacemaker.
So B.
I think so. What,
What
if?
If?
I really liked What
I
If.
really.
This is, I think,
this
an
is
A.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. There was some flops, but overall, I
Shang-Chi.
really liked
Goat.
I would say A.
it. I'm saying A too.
Oh wow!
Eternals, I think, is C.
Oof, I think C too.
Can't believe you guys said Shang-Chi.
Venom 2 is
Terrible.
I give it a D. Same as the first one.
What if
Hawkeye.
Oh, that's it.
That one was pretty good. I would say for a Hawkeye show.
I'd still think it's a solid B for me.
I'd
Yeah.
say B too.
I was gonna say it's not as bad as like Eternals.
Go.
No, yeah, go.
The new Miles Morales.
No.
No, this is
Which one's this one?
No
This
Way
is
Home.
Oh,
No Way
the-
Home. Toby, Andrew.
the ultimate
greatest.
Sinfest.
I think I've been very fair to Spider-Man.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Peacemaker was pretty good. I did like it. It's very comedy,
know.
like a B.
Yeah.
Oh,
Morbius. Goat. You got to put it on Goat. I mean, put it on Goat.
That would be the most embarrassing.
I think you got to, right? I mean, the
It's
culture,
morbid
the
time.
cultural impact of Morbius
No
is
shit.
unparalleled.
Is this Robert
Um,
Pattinson?
This is, I think, an A for me.
I'd agree with that.
I
Yeah.
really liked Robert
Really
Pattinson's.
good. Moon Knight.
C.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
enjoyed it, but it was its own. I wouldn't watch it again. I don't know. It was like a cool artistic thing, and then that's enough for me. Even though I think the Moon Knight could be kind of a cool. And
Multiverse of Madness, I think it's C.
I'd agree with that.
Miss Marvel, I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
No.
Me neither.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oof.
Below wherever we put Ragnarok.
I would say it's on the level of Ragnarok with me.
Ragnarok was B.
I don't know if I feel comfortable giving it a B, but I
I'd say
actually
C.
liked it just as much as Ragnarok. I actually was pretty favorable on my first take.
Superheroes. Never saw it.
No idea what that is.
Super Pets. She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Kyle.
I loved it
I
up
thought it
until
was
the
good.
final
That's-
episode. The final episode ruined the whole series for me.
I don't think terrible, because the
But
rest
the-
of it's good.
I would feel comfortable giving that either C or B.
Really?
I'll say C.
It would have been a solid B up until that last episode
Wow.
for me. Yeah.
I thought
Oh,
that,
it got hated on.
But I thought that last episode being as bad as it was would have dropped it even lower.
for
you.
me, it just undercut the whole show.
Exactly. Is this goaded?
Werewolf by Knife is really good.
I never watched it.
I would put it. I'd feel comfortable with Goat.
Yeah.
You need to watch
It's
it, Kyle.
hyped up, dude. I have like people who are tangential fans of like Marvel stuff, and they're like, "Dude, you guys."
It's so good. Black
Mhm.
terrible. Wakanda Forever.
I liked I put that at
Wakanda
B.
forever.
I especially liked
I would even probably do A.
Namor.
Namor.
Yeah, he was
Namor.
good.
Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
That's
with
not
Kevin
even
Bacon.
a movie though.
No.
Well, all these they have TV shows on it.
Quantumania. Yeah, it's true.
Let's come back to that one. Shazam.
That's the second one. That wasn't good.
No,
Volume 3.
Let's come back to that one.
All right, I was gonna say GOAT for Volume 3.
this one I don't feel
What the fuck? Miles Morales.
like
It's not
I
as
need
good
to
as the first
know
one.
how the third one ends to know if this one's good.
I'm gonna keep that for now. I feel comfortable putting it at B or A.
Yeah, B. It's still good though.
All right. I never
Supergirl.
saw Supergirl.
Nope.
Big Hero 6 is great, but
B.
yeah.
Um.
Oh,
Once Upon a Deadpool?
I never watched
That's like
that.
a
Never saw it.
special, right?
Wolverine.
The Wolverine. I think this
I
is
really
probably...
like that one.
Which one's this one?
He goes.
Oh,
he goes.
it's
to
where
Japan.
he goes to Japan, and then he. I liked it too.
Did
I,
you?
I could say A. I think is probably a.
Who plays him?
It's still Hugh Jackman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where he's like trapped under a sewer grate and he, like a Asian man helps him out?
No, they jump into the well.
And
Yeah.
the new kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
Somehow
it.
they're unaffected by
Yeah.
the radiation, but
Yeah.
Well, Wolverine isn't. He just heals.
yeah. But I mean, what's his name?
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
There's a Hellboy 3?
No, that's a reboot
Oh.
with
Uh,
David Harbour. Is that?
yeah, from
Oh
Stranger Things.
shit! I haven't seen that. I need to. Any good?
It's okay. It's not as good as the
C?
first Hellboy. I would say C is probably fair.
The Flash.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but that's an A for me. I really liked it, despite all the terrible CGI and all the Ezra
you
Miller
say that's the
controversy.
same as Shang-Chi, you bastard.
I liked it.
What? Well, you
Shang-Chi
have a
is-
voice too. What is it?
I would say B.
Keep it a B then. I can respect that.
Shang-Chi's at least better than that.
I can respect that.
Secret Invasion.
I haven't watched it yet. I
Why do
heard
they have the? We have
Secret In-
They have movies that aren't even out yet.
Craven?
We're getting to them, but
I guess Okay, that's not true. I did watch it, but I only watched like the last couple episodes, and there was some things that I did not like in Secret Invasion. I didn't like their take on Nick Fury. I felt like it was like an Unforgiven type story, but without him ever having like a good moment, you know. So from my take on that, I would say it's like a C. C
Oh,
or D.
wait, whoops.
What do you think, Billy? Yeah.
It
On
doesn't matter. Let's
Secret
just,
Invasion. Are we still talking about Secret Invasion?
Yeah.
I thought you said you hadn't seen it. What the fuck?
No, I didn't watch. I only watched like the last couple episodes because I was like,
God,
I was like, well,
You-
let me just get a gist of what's going on here.
you rat bastard. There we go. I thought it was. I hate this website right now.
This editing is just
It's great.
getting
That's
a
so
live
good.
action
That's right.
view of
What the fuck do I want to say?
Not out
No,
yet?
not yet. Thank you.
not yet out.
Boom. Okay. I thought it was. I actually liked Secret Invasion. I thought it was actually pretty decent. I'd probably put it at B. That would be my vote.
Okay,
Had
well
you seen it?
you've
I
seen
didn't see
everything being in, so I'll respect.
I would put it
yours.
at B. I think a lot of people are really, really harsh on this. There was a few plot gaps, but I thought Samuel L. Jackson did a decent job.
Blue Beetle. I haven't watched it. I heard it was really good though.
Have-
Is it
Haven't
out
watched
yet?
it. Yeah.
it's out.
Wow.
That one is out. Marvel's is not out.
That's
Craven
not
is not out.
What's that? Superman.
That's Superman and Lois. It is out, but I
This one?
haven't seen it.
Okay.
It's the animated Batman.
Loki is not out.
or
Okay.
animated
Loki
Superman.
comes out in like 2 weeks now.
All right, we're back to
Fucking
the
Jack.
four that we wanted to rediscuss. So
Okay.
Civil War. I said GOAT. Dylan said what? B.
I don't think it's goated. I would say an A.
I like that way better than the first Avengers, and we goated the Avengers.
Bucky's in it, and that lot.
Bucky is in Infinity War too.
and it lowers it a whole lot.
Okay.
I'm saying A.
I'll say goat.
You're saying go?
He's
I'm saying
convinced
A.
me.
He's convinced you.
Yeah.
I'm saying we goated Avengers, and I liked that better than Avengers.
You like
first
Cold
one.
War better than Avengers?
Civil War.
Cold.
Or whatever, sorry.
Yeah, dude.
The Cold War.
It's especially that Captain America Iron Man fight scene at the end. It's
Oh.
iconic, dude. It's so good.
Is that
And-
also the Russo brothers?
Yeah.
Russo brothers killed every Marvel movie
Yeah.
they did.
And that airport fight scene is so good too.
With Rose.
Hi, I'm Peter. Hi. I'm on everybody's side. Hi, I'm Peter.
Peter.
Hi.
He doesn't say his name.
Hi, I'm Peter. We're using our super names of Spider-Man.
That's a different movie.
I'm Super Spidey.
Wow.
That's my impression of Spider-Man.
That's when we talk about the
Hi, I'm
airport
Peter.
fight scene.
And yet,
He's a small
the
part of
moment-
it.
the moment I say Doctor Strange is in GOAT, what the fuck? Like,
It's like, you bastard.
how dare you?
I'm Peter.
Don't make fun of my adult superheroes.
Look at me. I'm your neighborhood friendly Spider-Man.
Swing around.
Oh, shit.
All right, Dark Phoenix. I don't know why we had to debate on
didn't like
this.
this
It was
one.
not good.
Do you like it? Oh, he does.
He likes it.
It's so okay. So what? Dark Phoenix. Remind me, which one is this?
That's the last one that they made before the rights were completely signed over to Marvel again. It's the one where she basically
goes
fully
rogue.
embraces her Dark Phoenix persona or whatever, and she's like really OP and fucking everybody up.
Yeah,
And,
Super Saiyan. I kind of
Uh,
liked it, but I'm not gonna not like. I would say C.
I would say
you're
at least
saying
D.
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 Okay.
Quantumania.
All right.
Eh.
Have you seen it?
I have finally.
You finally
watched
saw it.
Yeah,
What'd you think of the final scene with the
all the Ant-Man.
all the ants?
It was all right. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't like it as much as the first two Ant-Man movies.
Kang,
Did we skip Ant-Man 2 or did we rate that?
we did
We
it.
did.
Okay.
Kang is the best part of it
Yes. by
until
far.
they like
Nerf him.
make him a little bitch.
Well, that was my thing.
Oh, the ants are breaking my impenetrable shield.
They built him up like he was like a Thanos level threat, and then like he got fucked up at the end. And
but
by
that version
ants.
sucked.
that version, yeah, I
That's
get.
what, you always have to.
But
look
why
at it
was
through
that
lens.
version the one
first
that
one,
was like that version should have been the most powerful?
'Cause
He was
stuck,
cool.
He's trying to make his way out. You know, like
Yeah.
you'd think, yeah. I, don't know.
I didn't mind MODOK as much. Some people hated.
I thought that
Yeah.
was so funny.
I thought
I
that
thought it was a
was-
fun, playful thing.
And I've always argued that it's like, what else are you supposed to do with a giant face?
Yeah.
Like you can't make it not look silly.
Yeah.
It's
That's
the
like
whole
yes, you
point. They
can.
s-
It's like no.
They steered into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say B.
That's probably C for me, but Dylan, you
I
be
don't know
the
what the
decider.
fuck is happening there.
Let me look at what we put on those. I'll say B.
Okay.
This is
Qualities.
GOAT. This one is
This is
so
GOAT.
good.
I wanted to talk.
Why
about
did
it,
we
though.
need to talk about it?
Because I want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Because it is so fucking good.
This-
This movie has.
This was a
emotion.
true return to form for
Yes.
Marvel for me.
This movie traumatized my mom.
Oh yeah, it's
She
got some
hates this
pretty fucked up.
She loves the Guardians of the Galaxy, but she hates this movie.
I actually there's a few people that like I know that can't watch this movie because of those scenes. And
How do those people exist in society?
I get it as an animal lover.
I
It-
get it, but
I get why that would affect you in the way it does, but it's effective. That's
that's his point.
He's
Yeah.
a villain. He's evil, you know?
Makes you hate him.
That's the point.
That guy does such a good job of you hating him.
Oh, he played that great.
The energy and the
My only
narcissism, so good.
my only slight complaint, and it's just a slight one, is that their treatment of Adam Warlock was
It's
definitely
just
felt
like butt
more
of a joke.
felt more comic relief than it actually felt like we weren't really understanding the level of power that Adam Warlock has. Like he in the comics, he's the one that defeats Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I forgive it because he's like literally like a baby.
Yes.
He was just born. So that's why I kind of accept it and I forgive it. But I do feel like he was more comic relief than he was serious.
I liked how his usage, because I didn't want him to come in and like save the day or have this big flipping moment, but like they slowly take this guy who is just trying to please his family or
mom.
whatever, his mom, and then he gets there and he's like, hey, these people actually aren't that bad. He just grows into it and it's like this natural thing. And I thought it was a really actually balanced arc, and I thought his usage was perfect. Now I wouldn't be opposed to having him come into like a future movie and just shit on just absolutely use all his powers and blow stuff up and be a badass. I think he had a really great progression in that movie. I liked it a lot. So good.
Got nothing really to add to it. Thought it was great too.
Let's pick the best of the
All
best.
right, the best of the best. Oh boy.
I think I might choose one that you guys wouldn't think about.
Joker.
The best. Of
That was actually my first one, but I'm not. It's going to be a Joker.
The Dark Knight.
I think I have to, man.
It's the best written hero movie.
Heath Ledger. I have never. I want so much more of him in that role. Obviously, it's impossible now, but God, he killed that role so good.
God, I wonder. I don't know if I can choose.
I'm right now. I'm stuck in between
We each get one
Infinity
vote.
War and Spider-Man. Miles Morales. Just because
The newest one?
no,
Not the newest. Oh.
in the first one, because I don't know. I love that movie, and I love it. It like inspired animation to like change.
Yeah. There would be no MCU without the first Iron Man.
Yeah. Oh. Infinity War though, that's like the only time I've been in a theater that was as energized as that when Captain America picks up the hammer.
That was Endgame.
Oh shoot, that's Endgame. But even Infinity War. was
Infinity War
quiet.
had those moments too,
Yeah.
like when Thor arrives in Wakanda. Bring me Thanos! I remember the whole theater was like, "Oh God, it's amazing!"
He's so fucking hot. Oh wait, what?
Chris Hemsworth,
Have my baby.
have my babies, and that was all Billy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the one movie that had the greatest impact on me was Heath Ledger. It's Joker.
The Dark
that
Knight
movie is so fucking good. I can watch that on repeat. It's such a good standalone film. See, that's the thing. I can't take Infinity War as a single entity.
Yeah, because you need Endgame.
You need Endgame.
Yeah. The Dark Knight changed like hero movies forever. Like it was okay to like have a movie, a comic book movie, and it actually be like a good movie. You know, like, and it came out the same year as Iron Man, which is a long time ago now, 2008.
That's insane.
Like this is, you got to think
15
about
years
this in the
ago.
context. This is before Marvel. This is before the MCU.
This is before the internet.
Yeah, like the internet. This is before cell phones. This is before home TVs. Like,
When did when did this first iPhone come out? Like 07, right? I think.
yeah, around there.
It's
I
like
think.
right around there, yeah.
Same year as Mass Effect.
So crazy.
Coincidence? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh boy, this is hard. My vote.
The kid in me wants to say Spider-Man, but I know it's not. You know, not on that level.
What's your favorite? Like if you had to pick one movie to watch.
I would say Spider-Man
Out of that list.
Into the Spider-Verse. That's gonna be my vote.
If I had
That's
one
this one, right?
movie,
No,
Which one?
Miles Morales. Yeah,
God,
this is tough. It's so hard. There's a lot of good movies up there.
yeah. If I had one movie that I could just watch.
Ooh, hi, we have a hot take in the chat. Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
You know what? I almost
Yeah?
said that.
Really?
I was just about to say Scott Pilgrim because, like you said, I could watch that with no
Yeah,
over
just over and over.
and over.
'Cause-
I could watch that movie over and over again, and I don't need context of other films. I don't need to think about the lore. I don't like.
That's the reason I chose Into the Spider-Verse. Because my thought experiment after you said that, Billy, is I was thinking if I'm on a plane and I have time for one movie, which one of these would I watch? I'd watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's like Kyle said, it's contained. At least for me, that one is. It's its own, and it has a happy ending. You know, it's good. It's like, yeah, they made a second one, but I don't know. Scott Pilgrim is
Oh
good.
God.
That's crazy. I would not have suggested that, or I would have not have guessed that you would have picked this. Have you picked it, or are you still thinking?
Oh God.
We could put that as our chat's choice.
If you ask me,
there
if
you
you
go.
ask me the same question, like
Every day.
it's going to
changes.
change every day. For
Yeah.
now, I'll say Scott Pilgrim. I
Really?
guarantee you ask me that a week from now,
It's Logan.
and honestly, I love Logan. Like I could do that.
got
you know?
some Johnny Cash. I hurt myself today.
You know that song just came out.
I'll never forget that. Like, that song's like pretty new, right? And like, no, that song's super old. You're like, yeah, but like from like 3 years ago. Like, no, that song's super old.
But the music video just came out.
He's
Yeah,
been dead
you're
for 20
right.
years. But
Okay, so any movies that you feel like were not done justice and should be moved? Looking at our list now. For me, it's Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi should be up.
I know you were gonna say
board.
that. We move it to the GOAT status, and he moves it to his number one.
It wouldn't be my number one, but
I
that is
saw it 7 times.
Yeah,
7 times in the theater.
yeah.
I'll allow it. I can move that to GOAT. If we put Guardians 3 at GOAT, I could put Shang-Chi at GOAT.
What do you think, Billy? You on board with that?
Only if we can move Morbius to go.
All right.
All right.
do it.
I'm good with that. It was really good, and for coming off of Endgame hype, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, there's going to be a lull. There
Well, and it
really
feels
was.
so
they
fresh.
launched right into
It gave me a lot of
That's
hope for Phase 4.
It
Yeah.
did. did.
which ultimately didn't pan out to what we thought it would be. But
Yeah, it's.
um,
I get the appeal of the multiverse, but it's so hard to do, and keep your audience. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's a lot.
With how
um,
much content they were coming out with, it was just like, oh,
the
I do-
Infinity Saga all
yeah.
around was just better.
Yes.
than-
And I do think,
Much
as
more
far
linear.
as multiverse stories, Spider-Man, even though I think they're handling it,
better.
in my opinion, better.
Yeah.
With how they're doing it. Because now, even now with Marvel, it's still kind of like up in the air. Like,
So it's hard to judge because we're like comparing TV shows to movies. Of the TV show goats, which one's the best? For me, honestly, not gonna lie, it's Invincible.
Invincible's so good.
for me, it's Loki. I
Yeah.
I'm addicted to that series. I loved it so much. I thought the acting was on par. I thought it's what I wanted from the multiverse.
Daredevil, chat says.
Daredevil.
But Invincible's so good.
I like Daredevil a lot.
I would have to say Daredevil. Because
Yeah.
you know how many times I've looked up just the hallway fight scene on YouTube and watched it? I've watched it so
Which
many
one?
times. The main
The
one.
first one?
Yeah, from
With
the first
he's
season.
got the man with no fear mask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've watched that. Like, it's under my liked videos. I go back and watch it sometimes just because the choreography.
It's all one take, right?
all one take,
Yeah.
and it's so beautiful.
Season 2 also introduced Punisher and that prison hallway fight scene. It's so good. It's too grounded, I think, for for Billy,
I again not having the comic
You need
background.
to watch Invincible. It's
it's not grounded at all.
No.
You would love it.
And then there we
it
go.
gets insane.
These are
How many-
like
it's like 10 episodes or multiple seasons, right?
I think it's like 10 episodes.
second
Season 2
season-
is coming out, but it's not out yet.
They
They
released
just-
a mini series called Adam Eve, which is like a side character.
It was okay.
Is it hour long?
Each episode it's like 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Each episode.
I could hammer
And
through
the
that.
first episode is gonna hook you. The
First episode, it's like, okay, this is just generic, stereotypical, like superhero cartoon, and then that ending,
the
you're
last
like,
5 minutes.
holy shit!
Yeah.
like this just blew my god dang mind.
All right.
See,
Which
even
one
chat's
would we
telling
move?
you to watch it.
I know. Like I feel like all the cultural phenomenon stuff I somehow miss. It's like, oh my god, it's so good. And then
Hey,
like the shit that I'm like,
I
super hyped on,
miss-
It's like, get out, Loki, get the fuck out of my way.
10 years from now, you'd be like, dude, have you seen that new show, Invincible?
Yeah, Billy,
What?
I missed Lord of the Rings. I missed Game of Thrones. I missed out on Walking Dead.
Yeah, I
I'm
miss
I'm the
Walking Dead too.
Game of Thrones
You
and
could- Game of
Walking
Thrones-
Dead,
Yeah.
it's okay. Like they both of those start off great, but it's okay that
Exactly.
you
one. Missed them.
missed them because they both de-evolved as it went along.
I would say
Lord of the Rings,
shame
fuck
on
you.
you. Shame on you.
I'm fixing it. I
you
watched
wanna-
the first
Do
one.
you want to know which I think has probably the most negative impact on your social life, though? Game of Thrones. Because I'll tell you right now, if you weren't watching that show, I mean, obviously we're already past that time. That show is, I've never seen anything to this day.
the cultural
The
dominance.
cultural impact of that show. People were doing watch parties and stuff like that. That was like unheard of before
It's
that.
like Harry Potter levels of like
fandom, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then that last
Um,
season came out and,
And
destroyed
then
everything.
that last season came out. Yeah. And they went from the south to the north to the south all in one episode when that used to take 4 fucking seasons to walk. So, yeah.
That always happens in TV shows. Things that
It's like they rush it.
in the first several seasons, things that always take forever. Like by the time you get to like the last seasons, it's always like a joke.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
yeah.
That happens a lot in animes too.
You milked it for you milked it for 3 seasons for Arya to get to the north. And then in like literally the last season, it's like, oh shit, entire armies coming from fucking beyond the wall to the southern lands. You're like, oh, okay, all right, fuck it, we're here. Let's do it.
Fuck it.
We'll do it live. Okay, which ones would you move down?
Move down.
You're gonna hate me, but any of these Spider-Mans?
Of course you would, because
Naturally.
you hate Spider-Man.
I'm just kidding. I
I would move Luke Cage down. Honestly, I
agree.
could not finish it.
I couldn't finish it at all. I barely
No?
started it.
I didn't know you even started Luke Cage.
I did.
You started
My-
Luke
You started Luke
Cage?
Cage, but you
I
didn't watch
actually did.
Daredevil?
So my mom watched Luke Cage.
It's random.
And I was like watching it with her, and I'm like, this fucking show sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
All right. I don't think
Jessica Jones down. I hated her. Where's Jessica
Really?
Jones? Which one did we put her in? I don't see it. Did we put?
We put her in A.
Oh
Did
shit,
we?
Yeah.
did.
Go up. She's right there.
I only watched it once, and I remember liking it.
David Tennant is, in my opinion, at that point in Marvel, he was the best villain we had. We didn't have Thanos yet, but
Yeah.
he was so creepy and so just you hated him, and that's my favorite part. I think she did.
If we're moving Luke Cage down, then we can move Jessica
Yeah.
Jones down.
because I
that's
don't.
fair.
Luke Cage was worse than that.
But what did we put Iron Fist? Was that D?
Iron Fist is at like a D.
Okay, I thought we put that at C. I would move that down to a D.
No.
But- okay.
I'd probably drop Deadpool 2 as well from A. Like,
I
Deadpool
thought
2
it was
fun,
good.
but-
I do like it. I just feel like it's definitely not on the same level as the first one.
Yeah, but we put GOAT for the first one.
Wow, our chat would move Jessica Jones down as well. They
That's what we
hated
just-
her.
What other ones? I'll respect moving the Flash. I'm the only one that watched it though.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I thought you guys were gonna fight me on that, but I figured you guys haven't seen it. If you talk to the internet, I'm being crucified right now. Just for the sheer fact that Ezra Miller is a piece of shit. And I get it.
Yeah.
You know.
I get it, but
But I try and not look at it like that. It's hard to separate the actor from the art though. For sure.
especially in today's world,
Yeah.
too much visibility.
You know, I would. What do you guys think about Wonder Woman going up to GOAT?
That's
'Cause
what my original.
That
thought
was
were.
one of the first DC cinematic movies where I was like,
That
you know what,
landed.
this might be good. Like we could get some good movies.
The
Okay.
music.
I can
I-
respect it.
That was my initial gut was the movie to go. So I'm glad you guys came around to my brilliance.
I would move Watchmen to A. Now that I'm looking at it in comparison to these other films.
Really?
Yeah. I really liked Watchmen.
I'm
But-
shocked that you're even saying that. Okay.
But when I look at it in comparison to these other films,
Hmm.
I'm starting to I'm like, I don't know.
I think we're pretty good, man.
I think we're pretty set. Go down to the bottom. Let's see if there's any we
What do we got in the bottom?
harshly judged.
I would move Shazam lower, but I know Dylan loves Shazam, so
It's big with superpowers, and I love big. Where do we put Shazam?
for Blade Trinity.
Shazam 2.
Shazam 2. I don't think Shazam 2 is terrible. I would say that's more of like a D or C.
So many fucking films. I can't find it. There it is.
I would be fine with it going to a C.
Oh, well, then we got to move Shazam to. Do we put Shazam 2 to a D or C?
D.
Okay, then we can move it to a C. I would move Thor the Dark World down. I would move that to a D.
I would move the first one down to a D.
I'd move them both to a D.
Yeah. You like them that much, huh?
I really do.
All right. I'm not.
I don't have really a dog in the fight because I don't ultimately give a shit. But Thor,
It's a great way to debate.
yeah, I know, right? Like, I'm gonna stand on it, but if you want to just mow me over, go ahead because I don't care. Thor for me was, it was the first time I guess in the Marvel where you sort of, is it the first alien that you really come across in Marvel in the timeline?
Yeah, because at that
Yeah.
point, the only things that had released was Iron Man, Hulk, and Captain America. So yeah, Thor was the first outside of Earth.
Yeah, and I just felt like he really came into his own, and it was this big moment where I
He saved that
realized
town of 300 people.
of that 300
I
people.
think you need to watch it again.
Dude, I actually just recently watched all
Changed
of
his life. when he said
Another.
I was just about to quote that when he said
throws the
another.
glass.
Changed my life.
I know, like
with his
it's not the.
with his eyebrows that were weird.
So I don't think it's like the dialogue or anything for me. Like Natalie Portman, I think did a really great job in that movie, but I feel like the context, right? It's the first time that we're seeing like this alien with magnificent powers, probably the most uncapped, powerful, friendly that we have. And then you kind of like learn about the lore, and then it finishes with, this Loki dynamic, and you're like, who's Loki? I think I just love Loki so much.
Loki's like barely in that.
He
one.
is barely in it, but he's in it enough. Tom Hiddleston,
He's
dude,
in it enough.
That's the
Dude, that's
the
why I
first
like-
time you think he dies.
Yes, and that's why I like Dark World. So I just am in love with him and his acting style.
So
I
it's Loki,
really
like
am.
not Thor.
Yeah.
It might fucking be the
Loki's
more I
your
think
goat.
about it, dude. It might fucking be. Loki is my guy. He plays that
He's my
line
homie.
so great to where you understand it. You're like, I get you're a fucking asshole. But let's bring it back. And he does. He brings it back and he does the right thing. But then as he's doing the right thing, he does something fucking stupid. You're like, all right, you're walking that line.
You never know.
It's so much fun.
Those first two Thors, was that Kenneth Branagh?
Yeah. The
First one?
I don't know about the second one, but I know for a fact the first one was.
Well, this is our list. We're sticking to it. I think it's actually pretty damn good.
I think it's pretty vetted.
This is absolutely
Now,
100% correct.
Morbius, I feel like we were too harsh.
Morbius shouldn't exist in this
Morbius
list.
should be on Go.
Just because he's a Spider-Man villain, I want to.
Is he actually?
In the
Yeah.
comics, he is.
That's why I hate it.
Not in the movie, but
Well, no, in the movie they're setting it up.
apparently.
He finds Vulture, for Michael Keaton's Vulture, and like, let's find Spider-Man.
Can we let Michael Keaton die out and just let it?
He's
not
so
happen?
good.
He's so good, and
Is
he kind of gets shafted lately.
I
Every
know.
time he's
I love him as Vulture though.
But
Yeah.
that's my point. If you're gonna use him, use him. But like these
that's
like
the
cameos,
studio's problems.
Yeah.
That's the whole
look at
Sony.
me, it's fucking Michael Keaton. It's like
That's
okay.
the Sony versus DC or Sony versus Marvel thing, and it's kind of a shame. And then all that shit with Ezra Miller happened right after Michael Keaton got to play Batman again, and it's like I feel bad for him because
Yeah.
I love all his characters, but like the films he's a part of.
But yeah, Morbius is supposed to be a Spider-Man villain.
So it's Craven.
Boy.
Craven? Yeah, we're getting that Craven movie. Are you excited for that?
No, Craven with the K.
Yeah.
Craven has one of the best.
Who's Craven?
Craven the Hunter.
He's
Well, that
do you mean
sounds
like
kinda
who
cool.
plays him?
No,
Oh. He's just
I know nothing about Craven. I
he's-
haven't seen a trailer or nothing.
You know
He-
that like whole story about the guy who's always trying to like hunt the best game, like the best animal.
oh,
and it
he's a
ends up
sniper.
being human. That's him.
He's the only person to like he beat Spider-Man
Apex.
like into like unconsciousness and then buried him alive, and then he kills himself. It's a
Yeah.
crazy story arc.
It's one of the like people love that
Is that how
story.
Tom Holland dies?
Craven's Last Hunt.
Craven's Tom Holland. Tom Holland tried to get Jason Momoa to be Craven, but that obviously
He's too busy with Aquaman.
yeah.
Which
True.
Aquaman 2, the trailer dropped. I'm excited for it. I think they chose the perfect guy to play Aquaman because he's like this lovable big dude.
The only thing is I can't get excited for those movies too much.
Why?
Because they're not leading to
DC.
anything.
Yeah, because I'm like, is this the last one?
They're scrapping all of that once they're done. It's just all these movies that already started.
Oh,
But
James Gunn. is
James Gunn
totally
is
scrapping all of
completely
that.
scrapping everything and
Except
starting.
for maybe Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle probably,
Blue Beetle's
He's
up in
keeping.
the air.
but like he's already recasting Superman and they're
Imagine
redoing
having
all
that power
and-
of like, all right, we're gonna cut all these $100 million projects. This is what I want to work on.
Yeah, the only reason that some of these are still is because they were already like
In
in
production.
motion. Yeah, when this happened. But, Yep.
Dylan, where can people find us?
They can find us on Instagram, YouTube, any major podcast listening platform you listen to, where we post regular episodes on Tuesday.
That's right.
Under KD Ratio Podcast. I forgot to say the name.
That's right, folks. And remember,
very critical.
with a good KD, you get the dub.
Bye, guys.